Hi there, welcome to this edition of the long form story, in which we take a deep dive into stories that panned out through the week across the country and through the raw underbelly of Indian politics, through economy, through society, where power shifts in a heartbeat. Vote banks are built on broken promises. Arrogance thrives unchecked, and justice sometimes slips away after years of waiting. First, a stunning reconciliation in Maharashtra as municipal elections loom on January 15th. The bitter rivals of the Pawar family, Ajit Pawar's NCP and Uncle Sharad Pawar's NCP SP, are burying the hatchet. So it seems the Thackeray's. They are joining forces in key bastions like Pune, Pimpri, Chinchwad and Parbhani, defender of the BJP juggernaut. Family ties triumph over feuds, but for how long? We unpack this fluid alliance that's redrawing battle lines across the state. Then a shocking ground expose from Bengaluru's outskirts, just 20 kilometers from the international airport. Bulldozers razed homes in Kogilu's layouts on December 20, leaving hundreds, mostly minority migrants, homeless in the winter chill. But residents point fingers at Congress leaders like Krishna Baire Gowda, alleging illegal settlements were encouraged with free houses, even Aadhaar cards and voter IDs, all to nurture a vote bank. Is this demolition justice or the unraveling of engineered infiltration? Also remember the Kerala government of Pinarayi Vijayan jumping into this. Next to BJP-ruled Madhya Pradesh we go, where power breeds impunity and contempt for people. In Satna, the husband of a BJP councillor, Ashok Singh, stands accused of molestation and blackmail, boasting on camera, "Nothing will happen to me." Meanwhile, in Indore, India's cleanest city, lavish extravagance clashes with tragedy. A BJP MLA's son's wedding dazzled with 70 lakh rupees worth of fireworks, even as contaminated water from sewage mixed pipes claims lives in mounting crisis. Extravagance amid grief and questions of accountability. And finally, a courtroom closure that feels like denial 13 years after ABVP activist Vishal Kumar was stabbed to death on a Kerala college campus. A Mavilakara court acquits all 20 accused. Hostile witnesses and evidentiary gaps end one of the state's longest campus violence trials, with no convictions. What does this verdict say about justice in politically charged cases? These are the stories shaping our nation tonight. Unfiltered, in-depth. Stay with us on long form as we go beyond the headlines. Maharashtra's political scene is heating up as the 2026 municipal elections approach, bringing unexpected twists and strategic maneuvers. In a surprising turn, the Ajit Pawar-led NCP faction and Sharad Pawar's NCP SP have decided to join forces in key strongholds like Pune, Pimpri, Chinchwad and Parbhani, setting aside past rivalries for a common electoral goal. This temporary reunion of the Pawar family underscores the complex nature of Maharashtra politics, where alliances are fluid and political calculations often override personal differences. At the same time, the Mahayuti alliance continues to play a major role, with the BJP and the Shinde faction of Shiv Sena working together in some areas while facing off in others. Even the Thackeray brothers have found common ground in certain regions, particularly Mumbai, showing how political survival and strategy are driving new equations across the state. Voters are witnessing a high-stakes game where old rivalries, family ties and shifting alliances are all shaping the battle for Maharashtra's municipal corporations and urban local bodies.
There are no permanent friends or enemies in politics, but what happened in Maharashtra was something no one expected. From the fight over the party name to the battle for the party symbol, No one anticipated that the feud in the NCP would vanish just when everything seemed stable in the Mahayuti alliance. While the Ajit Pawar faction is contesting the BMC elections alone for the municipal elections in Pimpri Chinchwad, the Ajit Pawar and Sharad Pawar factions have declared an alliance. This announcement was made during an election campaign rally in Pimpri Chinchwad. While finalizing the candidate list, both factions decided to contest the elections together. This marks not just a coalition between two factions or rival political parties, but also a coming together of the Pawar family, a relationship historically marred by political differences and struggles for power.
देखिए, इस राज्य में जब महायुति बनी थी, महायुति में जब लोकल बॉडी का इलेक्शन आ गया, लोकल बॉडी के इलेक्शन को महायुति में तीनों पक्ष के सुप्रीम नेता ने ये बोला था कि स्थानिक लेवल पे जिसके साथ कंफर्ट है, जिसके साथ हम आगे जा सकते हैं, एक दूसरे के सीट के बंटवारे में एक दूसरे का रिस्पेक्ट रख सकते हैं, ऐसे पक्ष के साथ वहाँ पर लोकल में आगाड़ी हो। तो हमने बहुत सारी जगह पे हम महायुति में साथ में लड़ रहे, कहीं जगह पे मैत्रीपूर्ण लड़त हो रही है और कहीं जगह पे हम शरद चंद्र पवार साहब के पार्टी के साथ में लड़ रहे। ये लोकल बॉडी का इलेक्शन है, स्थानिक लेवल पर ये निर्णय होते हैं, इसका असर स्टेट के महायुति के ऊपर कुछ परिणाम नहीं होगा। ये खाली लोकल बॉडी पे लोकल सब सिनेरियो देख के सारे डिसीजन हो चुके हैं। पुणे, पिंपरी चिंचवड और परभनी, ये तीन महानगर पालिका में हम पवार साहब के साथ या पवार साहब की पार्टी हमारे साथ वहां पर चुनाव लड़ रही है।
Deputy CM Ajit Pawar claims that this decision is in the interest of the common man. This unexpected alliance comes ahead of elections to 29 municipal corporations, including Mumbai and Pune, highlighting strategic political maneuvers in the state. Here's how Sanjay Nirupam, leader of Shiv Sena Shinde Group, reacted to the news of the alliance.
देखिए, हमारी महायुति इतनी मजबूत है और इतनी ताकत के साथ खड़ी है कि जितने भी विरोधी पक्ष में बैठे एक दूसरे के दुश्मन और जानी दुश्मन थे, वो सब डर के मारे हाथ मिला रहे हैं। यही वजह है कि जब अजीत पवार जी के बारे में कहा गया कि भाई वो महायुति के हिस्सा बनकर के चुनाव हमारे साथ नहीं लड़ेंगे, तो और उधर शरद पवार जी को कांग्रेस ने और उबाठा ने भी छोड़ दिया, तब दोनों परिवार के लोग चाचा भतीजे एक साथ आ गए हैं। तो यह एक हताशा में और फ्रस्ट्रेशन में लिया हुआ निर्णय है, इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। इस समय पूरा महाराष्ट्र महायुति के साथ खड़ा है। महायुति की सरकार की तरफ से जो बेहतरीन काम हो रहा है, अलग अलग योजनाएं जो बनी हैं, जिन योजनाओं को बहुत रास्ते पर उतर करके लागू किया जा रहा है, विकास के काम बड़े पैमाने पर हो रहे हैं, लोक कल्याण के काम खूब जबरदस्त तरीके से हो रहे हैं, जैसे लाडली बहन योजना हमारी है। मुंबई में आपने देखा होगा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट कितना बड़े पैमाने पर हुआ पिछले 3-4 वर्षों में। तो वो सब देखते हुए पूरे महाराष्ट्र के लोग महायुति के साथ पूरी ताकत से खड़े हैं। फर्क नहीं पड़ता है क्योंकि सबको मालूम है कि चुनाव में लोगों की भावनाओं के साथ खेलने के लिए इन्होंने हाथ मिलाया है। तो कोई बहुत ज्यादा वैचारिक तालमेल जैसा तो कुछ है नहीं। अरे दादा तो इधर भी है उधर भी है, समझ में नहीं आता, और पवार साहब कब किधर है ये भी समझ में नहीं आता है। तो मुझे लगता है कि अब जो महाराष्ट्र की राजनीति है, उस राजनीति में और वोटरों को अपनी तरफ आकर्षित करने में महायुति बहुत आगे निकल गई और ये सारी पार्टियां उनके पीछे पीछे दौड़ती रह जाएंगी।
The municipal elections in Maharashtra have become particularly interesting, with even Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray coming together to protect their political landscape.
देखिए, एक परिवार होने के नाते जब परिवार जुड़ता है, जैसे राज ठाकरे जी, उद्धव ठाकरे जी जुड़े, अब शरद पवार जी, अजीत पवार जी, एक परिवार होने के नाते हमें खुशी होनी चाहिए। रही बात राजनीति की, तो राजनीति समीकरणों से चलता है। उनको लग रहा है कि पुणे में, पिंपरी चिंचवड में, बारामती में, जहाँ भी उनको लग रहा है कि अगर सब इकट्ठे आके लड़ेंगे जीतेंगे, कोई बात नहीं। राजनीति में सोचिता होनी चाहिए, कटुता नहीं। ठीक है, शरद पवार जी वरिष्ठ नेता हैं, कई बार मुख्यमंत्री रहे, कई बार केंद्र में मंत्री रहे, बड़े नेता हैं। तो वो और अजीत पवार अगर मिलकर राजनीति कर रहे हैं तो हम नहीं समझते कि इसमें हम उनको हराएंगे। राजनीति में जब आते हैं, जब कौरव पांडव का युद्ध हुआ तो एक तरफ से दूसरी तरफ सब रिश्तेदार थे, सब भाई बंधु थे, फिर भी सबको मारा गया। जीतता वही जहाँ धर्म होता है। हम धर्म के साथ हैं, हम अपनी बात कहेंगे, जनता के बीच में जाएंगे, कौन सामने नहीं देखेंगे। गीता में कहा है तू कर्म करता जा, फल की चिंता मत कर। ये राजनीति में होना चाहिए। कोई कहीं से भी लड़े, अच्छे से लड़े, खुशी से लड़े, लोगों की सेवा के लिए लड़े, केवल लूटने की भावना न हो, भ्रष्टाचार की भावना न हो।
In the 29 municipal corporation elections in Maharashtra, BJP and the Shinde faction of Shiv Sena are contesting together in 11 places, while in 18 cities they are competing against each other. In Dhule Municipal Corporation, the Shinde Sena and Ajit Pawar NCP are contesting together, while the BJP is contesting separately. In Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad, both the Ajit Pawar and Sharad Pawar NCP factions are contesting together using the clock symbol. However, in other municipal corporations, the NCP factions are contesting against each other. In Mumbai, the Sharad Pawar faction has not supported Ajit Pawar's NCP, but has backed the Thackeray brothers. Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad have long been Pawar family strongholds. They don't allow other parties to gain a foothold. This time it seemed that if Ajit Pawar and Sharad Pawar contested separately, BJP could penetrate the Pawar stronghold. The Sharad Pawar faction took the initiative for an alliance, and after a few disagreements, both sides have now agreed to contest together. Here's the sequence of events. The Pawar family initially came together. Then disagreements over seat sharing led to political bargaining. At one point, the coalition nearly broke, with Ajit Pawar saying they wouldn't contest together. Later, he reversed his decision and announced an alliance with Sharad Pawar.
देखिए, अगर आप देखे होंगे कि महाराष्ट्र में ये लोकल बॉडी इलेक्शन जो महानगर पालिका चुनाव है, हर पक्ष में ऐसी चीजें हुई है. आपने अगर देखा होगा शिवसेना और भाजपा का अलायंस संभाजीनगर हो या और बहुत सारी ऐसी जगह है जहां पर रात में टूटा है और दूसरे दिन अलग अलग फॉर्म वहां पर भरे हुए. ये पॉलिटिकल है, पल पल टाइम पर बदलता रहा और उस सिचुएशन के हिसाब से हमने वो निर्णय लिया है. मुझे लगता है कि जो एक दूसरे का सम्मान रखने के लिए सीटों का बंटवारा हो रहा था, उनको हमने जो ऑफर दिया था वो मान नहीं रहे थे, बाद में वो ऑफर मान गए, तो हमने साथ में लिया और साथ में चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं. यूटर्न नहीं होता, ये पॉलिटिकली अंडरस्टैंडिंग होती है, बार्गेनिंग पावर होती है, उसको यूटर्न नहीं बोला जाता. ये पॉलिटिकली ऐसे टाइमिंग में ऐसी बार्गेनिंग प्रेशर पॉलिटिक्स बोल सकते हैं, ये चलते ही रहता है, इसको यूटर्न नहीं बोला जाता.
Knowing that once BJP gains a foothold, it would be difficult to dislodge them, Ajit Pawar announced he would not contest Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad elections in alliance with BJP. The Pawar family has come together only for Pune, Pimpri Chinchwad and Parbhani municipal elections. In these three cities, both NCP factions are contesting together under the clock symbol. The three Mahayuti parties had contested the 2024 Lok Sabha and Assembly elections together. Now Ajit Pawar has joined hands with Sharad Pawar. In most other municipal elections, Ajit Pawar's NCP is contesting alone or in alliance with Sharad Pawar, leaving the Mahayuti alliance. For the Parbhani Municipal Corporation, Ajit Pawar's NCP and Sharad Pawar's NCP will contest together for 65 seats. Sharad Pawar's faction will contest 8 seats, while Ajit Pawar's faction will contest 57 seats. In other municipalities, the NCP factions contest against each other. In Mumbai, Sharad Pawar's faction supports the Thackeray brothers instead of Ajit Pawar. Many assumed this would harm the Mahayuti alliance, but both BJP and Ajit Pawar's NCP deny this. Amid all this, the Ajit Pawar faction has landed in controversy again. In Pune, they gave tickets to Lakshmi Andekar and Sonali Andekar, who are allegedly linked to the Ayush Komkar murder case. People have questioned how Ajit Pawar, who once vowed to eradicate crime in the region, could give tickets to family members with criminal backgrounds.
देखिए, उनकी बैकग्राउंड मतलब उनका खुद का नहीं है, उनके फैमिली मेंबर का है. अगर सब जगह आप कनेक्ट करते रहोगे तो पॉलिटिक्स में ऐसे बहुत सारे एलिगेशंस होते रहते हैं कि हर पॉलिटिक्स के ऊपर एलिगेशंस होता है, उसका मतलब उसकी फैमिली भी उसमें दोषी होती है क्या? ऐसा नहीं होता. पर्टिकुलर अगर उस व्यक्ति के ऊपर है तो हम मानेंगे कि ऐसा क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड वाले बंदे को हमने टिकट दिया है.
In 29 municipal corporation elections in Maharashtra, BJP and Shinde Sena are contesting together in 11 places and against each other in 18. In Dhule, Shinde Sena and Ajit Pawar's NCP are contesting together, while BJP contests separately. Now, in a latest development at a press conference in Pimpri Chinchwad, Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar snapped at reporters and made a pointed remark aimed at the BJP, his own ally in the Mahayuti government.
तुम्हाला माहिती आहे माझ्यावर 70,000 कोटीचा भ्रष्टाचाराचा आरोप झाला ना ज्यांनी ज्यांनी केलं त्या सगळ्यांच्या बरोबर मी सरकारमध्ये आहे ना
The outburst came after repeated questions on corruption allegations and the NCP's decision to back candidates with criminal cases in the upcoming Pimpri Chinchwad civic polls. Meanwhile, the BJP responded sharply. Maharashtra BJP President Ravindra Chauhan questioned Ajit Pawar's intent and issued a warning.
अजित पवारांचं हे वक्तव्य जे आहे हे वक्तव्य निवडणुकीच्या पार्श्वभूमीवरती असणारं हे वक्तव्य आहे असं मला वाटतं. अजित पवारांनी खुद के गिरेबान में झांक के देखना चाहिए जसं हिंदीमध्ये म्हणतात ते पाहिलं पाहिजे ते कोणत्या पक्षाबद्दल भट्टायत.
The public exchange has exposed visible strain within the Mahayuti. Sensing blood, the opposition has moved in. The Shiv Sena UBT says the coalition's contradictions are now out in the open.
कोई बात नहीं, कभी कभी यू टर्न भी लोग ले लेते हैं. जब गाड़ी में डीजल कम रहता है तो यू टर्न लेके पेट्रोल पाते हैं, फिर डीजल भरा लेते हैं, फिर चल देते हैं. हम वही कह रहे हैं कि अजीत पवार हो, चाहे शरद पवार हो, चाहे और भी दल हो, कौन क्या कर रहा है हम इस समय नहीं देख रहे हैं. हम सिर्फ एक चीज देख रहे हैं कि शिवसेना को कैसे ताकतवर बनाया जाए, कैसे उद्धव बाला साहब ठाकरे जी की विचारधारा गांव गांव तक पहुंचाई जाए, शहर शहर तक पहुंचाई जाए. हम उसमें लगे हुए हैं और हम उसमें सफलता की ओर बढ़ रहे हैं.
Political observers say Ajit Pawar's remarks were a calculated response, meant to push back against internal pressure and signal that he will not carry the burden alone during elections. As the Maharashtra municipal elections 2026 approach, the political landscape has become a complex chessboard of alliances, rivalries and unexpected partnerships. From the Pawar family's temporary reunion in Pune, Pimpri Chinchwad and Parbhani to the shifting dynamics within the Mahayuti and opposition parties, every move is being closely watched. While Ajit Pawar and Sharad Pawar contest together in select strongholds, parties like BJP, Shiv Sena, Shinde Group, Shiv Sena UBT and Congress are strategizing their own moves to secure key seats. Maharashtra's municipal elections are not just about local governance. They are a test of political strategy, family legacies, and the ability to navigate alliances in a rapidly changing political climate. In the end, voters will decide whether these temporary alliance, strategic seat sharing, and political maneuvers resonate at the grassroots level, shaping the future of Maharashtra's urban heartlands.
All right, moving on. This is a shocking expose on Encroacher vote bank politics steering through Bengaluru's outskirts. It's 20 kilometers from Kempegowda International Airport in Kogilu's Washim and Fakir layouts. Bulldozers roared in on December 20th. That's 2025, flattening 167 homes in a dawn raid. Hundreds, mostly minority migrants, walked to rubble, their lives buried under bricks. But this isn't just about clearing illegal encroachments on waste disposal land. Republic Kannada's ground report uncovers a deeper scandal. Residents openly naming Congress leaders like Krishna Bairegoda and Muni Krishna allegedly settled them here. Handed out free houses, fixed Aadhaar, voter IDs, even multiple cards. All timed suspiciously before elections. One woman admits dual Aadhaar from Andhra and Karnataka, all facilitated by these Congress leaders. Another confesses, brought in for votes. But questions explode. Why reward encroachers? Is this vote bank nurturing or outright infiltration for minority votes? This is Encroacher vote bank exposed. Karnataka versus Kerala also, given the fact that the Pinarayi Vijayan government also got in on behalf of the vote bank, of course. But ultimately, truth versus opportunism is their story. Take a look.
Bulldozers roll in. Homes reduced to rubble. In a Congress-ruled state, unusual pictures for a party and government that often criticized the bulldozer culture. Every action and reaction in this little-known location smacks of political opportunism. 20 kilometers from Bengaluru's Kempegowda International Airport is Kogilu, a neighborhood on the northern edge of the city. Kogilu, many locals refer to this stretch as Vashim Layout and Fakir Layout, a patch of land once ignored, now at the center of a political storm. On December 20, that settlement was reduced to dust. Nearly 167 houses were demolished in one coordinated drive. By morning, the families who lived here were standing in the open, their lives reduced to piles of bricks. The drive was carried out by the Bengaluru Solid Waste Management Limited under the Greater Bengaluru Authority. Officials stated that the land had been allocated to them years ago. They described the settlement as an illegal encroachment built on land meant for waste disposal, not for homes.
In the early hours of December 2025 at around 4 a.m. in the morning, the Greater Bengaluru Authority and the Bengaluru Solid Waste Management Limited decided to clear off the encroachment in Bengaluru's Yelahanka's Kogilu. Because at least around 400 to 500 illegal houses were built in the government land, which was meant for the purposes of the solid waste management. There is also a belief that all the places or all the houses which have been constructed in the location belong to the Muslim families who have infiltrated from Bangladesh illegally. The BJP and the JDS who are on the opposition party in the state of Karnataka are demanding that NIA team to be visiting this place, and also they have demanded to check if all these if all these persons belong to either Karnataka or India, or if they are infiltrated from Bangladesh.
The demolition quickly turned political. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan condemned the drive, comparing it to bulldozer justice seen in North India and calling it shocking and painful, especially in a Congress-ruled state. Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar tried taking the Vijayan government head-on, asking Kerala not to meddle in Karnataka's internal affairs.
This is an inhuman activity.
The political turmoil escalated as Kerala rushed a Rajya Sabha MP to take stock in Bengaluru.
Without any notice, they demolished around 200 houses. It is cruel and inhuman. Government should take immediate steps to rehabilitate all the people, those who are evicted from here. Government should take rehabilitation measures at the earliest. No politics. This is a human right issue. This is a human right issue. Wherever this type of actions take place, we, the Malayalis or our government, will interfere in the matter. It is the duty of a government in a democratic setup.
That's when the Congress High Command stepped in, keeping elections in Kerala in mind. The Congress leadership pulled up its own government, saying the demolition should have been handled with greater caution. Under rising criticism, the Karnataka government made a new announcement: alternative housing. 1,087 flats were identified. Each house costs roughly 11,20,000 rupees. Subsidies from the state and central government were promised, and the Greater Bengaluru Authority committed 5 lakh rupees per house. The political storm around this little-known Kogilu layout, home to migrants, mostly minorities from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, has made national headlines. Republic spoke to those who lost their homes.
Kurnool State Mandi, Galasima, Jagan Mohan Reddy, Chandrababu Naidu.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೋಟರ್ ಐಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು?
ಇಲ್ಲೇ.
ಯಾವಾಗ? ಎಷ್ಟು?
ವೋಟರ್ ಐಡಿ ಹಚ್ಚಿ 20 ವರ್ಷ. 22 ವರ್ಷ. ಕೈಟ್ ಹೊಡಿ, ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್, ಪಾನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್, ರೇಷನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಐಡಿ ಪ್ರೂಫ್, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬುಕ್, ಪಾಸ್ಬುಕ್, ಚೆಕ್ ಬುಕ್
ಎಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಡೆಮೊಲಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು?
ಕಾರ್ಡ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನೀಗ ಮನೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ರಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಗೆ ದಾನ ಹಚ್ಚಿನಿದೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ
ಫ್ರೀಯಾ? ಯಾರು?
ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬೇಡ.
ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬೈರೇಗೌಡ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ರ? ಯಾವ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು?
28 ವರ್ಷ.
ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟು 28 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು. ಇದು ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಲ್ಲ.
క్లాట్ల పేపర్ ఉంది కదా, పేపర్ కొడుతుంది.
కృష్ణ బైరేగౌడ కొట్టిరోదా?
కృష్ణ గౌడప్ప, మారప్ప, మునికృష్ణప్ప వాళ్ళు ఫస్ట్ ఉండేది.
ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನೋಡ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಪಾಪ.
NS ಆಫೀಸ್ ಐತಲ್ಲ.
They take names openly of Congress leaders and ministers who they claim brought them here, sheltered them just before elections.
ಜೋಪಡಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು NS ಆಫೀಸ್ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ. NS ಆಫೀಸ್ ಐತಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಯಾರು ಮುನಿಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು?
ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಓಕೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಲೀಡರ್ ಏನವರು?
ಲೀಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಈ
ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವ ಕಡೆಯವರು ಅವರು? ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಂದ್ರು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬರುವಾಗ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಮಾಡಿಸಿದೆ, ವೋಟರ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದೆ.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವರೇ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ರಾ?
ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬೇಡ.
Each one of the people in this report we spoke to had lost their home. Republic Kannada's Sathar gets the inside story out of how political parties nurture the encroachers.
ಏನೋ ಆ ಥರ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸು?
ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ.
ಇವರು ವಿಜಯ್ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ
ಬೇರೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಗ್ರೇಶ್ವರಮ್ಮ ಬೇಪನಹಳ್ಳಿ.
ಈಗ ಡಿ ಇವರ ಸರ್ ಯಾರು? ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಉನ್ನಿಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಯಾರು?
ಅವರು ಹಳೆ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಅವರು ಲೀಡರ್ಸ್. ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸ್ಯಾರ್ ಊರೇ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು.
ಉನ್ನಿಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದಿರೋದು
ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಂಸಾರ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ.
Throughout this report, each one who was living here drops a name and the detail Munni Krishna linked to the Congress. This resident even confesses having multiple Aadhaar cards. She too was brought here just before the elections.
ಇದ್ರಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್ ನಾವು.
ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ
ನಮ್ದು ಆಂಧ್ರ.
ಮುನ್ಕೃಷ್ಣಣ್ಣ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಗೆ.
ಯಾರು?
ಮುನ್ಕೃಷ್ಣಣ್ಣ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಮುನ್ಕೃಷ್ಣಣ್ಣ ಅಂತ, ಅವ್ರು ತಂದು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್ಸಿರೋದು.
ಅವ್ರೇನವರು?
ಅವರು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬೆರ್ಸಗಿದ್ರು. ಅವರು ಬಂದಿದ್ರು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೇಲೆಕಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಾಯ್ ಸರ್.
ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ವೋಟ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರೇನು ಭರವಸೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ವಾ? ಏನಂದ್ರು ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ?
ಏನ್ ನಿಮ್ ಮನೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಯಾರಂದಿತ್ತು?
ಈ ಸಾರಿನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಾರು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು.
ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು? ಉನ್ನಿಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸರ್ ಯಾರು?
ಮುನಿಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಲಹಂಕದಿಂದ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದಿರೋದ್ರು. ಯಲಹಂಕದಿಂದ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಇದೇ ಮನೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಗುಡಿಸಲು ಹಾಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸರ್. ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು
ಎಲ್ಲ ಐತೆ ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ.
ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗಿರೋದು?
ಇದೇ ಪೇಪರ್, ಜಗ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅದು.
ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗಿರೋದು? ನೀವು ಆಂಧ್ರದವರಾ? ಐಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಐತೆ, ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಐತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಐತೆ ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ. ರೇಷನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಐತೆ, ವೋಟರ್
ಯಾರು? ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು?
ಮುನಿಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅವರು.
ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು?
28 ವರ್ಷ.
ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ವೋಟರ್ ಐಡಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟು ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು? ಇದು ಹೊಸದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಿದೆ.
ಹೊಸದಾ?
ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದವರು?
ಐತೆ ಸರ್,
ಆಂಧ್ರ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಕೊಡಿ.
ಐತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ.
ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಮ್ಮ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಆಂಧ್ರದ್ದಾ?
ಆಂಧ್ರ ಅದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆಂಧ್ರ ಅಂತ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ?
ಅನಂತಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ, ಕದ್ರಿ ತಾಲೂಕಾ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಐತೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಕೊಡಿ.
ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ ಸರ್.
ಅವರದನಾ?
ನಮ್ದೇ.
90% of those who were dislodged here were from the minority community. From Kashmir to Kerala, they all were brought here. Satellite images reviewed by officials show several rooftops emerging only during 2023, when the Karnataka State Assembly elections were conducted, confirming that the encroachers came here just before polls. Between the demolitions on the ground and the politics on stage, the allegation is clear. In the push for minority votes, both the Congress and the CPIM are willing to defend even those now suspected of being infiltrators.
And now, a chilling display of power, arrogance and criminal impunity in BJP-ruled Madhya Pradesh. The man at the center of this story, Ashok Singh, husband of BJP councillor Rekha Singh from Rampur, Bagelan in Satna. Caught on viral camera, drunk, unruly, boasting. Quote, "Nothing will happen to me," even as a woman sobs, accusing him of molestation and worse. Republic travelled to Satna, spoke to the victim as she's traumatized, demanding justice. FIR filed, arrest made, but questions rage. How many prior cases? How much protection? This is not isolated. This is a pattern of entitlement in those close to power. And that flash to Indore. A lavish wedding of BJP MLA Golu Shukla's son. 70 lakh rupees blown up on fireworks alone in a 10-minute spectacle. Extravagance amid public suffering. And now, Indore again. Contaminated water, crisis deaths mounting, families grieving from poisoned taps in India's so-called cleanest city for a decade. Sewage mixed with supply lines, negligence exposed. Yet BJP leaders deflect, downplay. An apology one day, denial the next. Outrage on camera, impunity off it.
डाल दूंगी सोशल मीडिया में।
कहाँ होगा मेरा?
पता चलेगा सामाई के साथ।
कुछ नहीं होगा।
The man on your screen is Ashok Singh, husband of BJP councillor Rekha Singh.
मीडिया में कहाँ दिक्कत है यार?
Drunk, arrogant and unruly. Ashok Singh is arrested under charges of molestation. A moment caught on camera that has now sparked outrage far beyond Satna.
पता चलेगा सामाई के साथ।
कुछ नहीं होगा, डांट को डर नहीं है, डाल दो मीडिया में कहाँ दिक्कत है यार? ये कहा हमने, सुनो, कोई गलत तो कहा नहीं।
Republic traveled to Satna to speak to the victim to hear her side of the story. And here's what she told us.
सर के नाम पे भी ऐसे बात किया तो वीडियो नहीं मैंने कर पाई। हाँ, एसपी सर को भी बोला है उन्होंने।
किस चीज का उसको इतना गुरूर है कि वो इस तरह से सरेआम धमका रहा था कि टीआई कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा, तुम कुछ नहीं कर पाओगी?
तो पुरानी अपराधी है सर, इसलिए। और इनका जो जहाँ पर हमारी दुकानें दिया हुआ है किराया, ये भी कब्जा करके रखा हुआ है दुकान वगैरह। हाँ, इनका खुद का नहीं है, तो कब्जा किया हुआ है सब। अगल बगल वाला इसे इनका साथ देता है क्योंकि सब कब्जे में रहता है इनका।
तो आपसे वीडियो में हमने ये भी देखा कि वो कह रहा है मेरी दुकान खाली कर दो, तो क्या आप उसके लिए राजी हैं दुकान खाली करने?
हाँ, मैंने तो राजी थी। 2 महीने का मेरा एग्रीमेंट था, मैंने खाली करना ही था मेरे को। हाँ, फिर बगल में एक कारपेंटर के अंकल की दुकान है, उनको खाली करने के लिए बिल्कुल नहीं बोलते, मेरे को ही हमेशा परेशान करने आते हैं।
आपको परेशान करने की वजह उसकी गलत नहीं आती?
हाँ, गलत नहीं बोलते, मेरे साथ सो जाओ नहीं तो मेरी दुकान खाली कर दो।
बीजेपी से जुड़ा हुआ ये व्यक्ति, उसकी पत्नी पार्षद है, क्या सरकार का संरक्षण मिल रहा है?
मेरे को इसकी जानकारी नहीं है, बाकी वो तो बीजेपी से जुड़ा हुआ है, ये तो सबको पता है। लगातार मेरे साथ मतलब रेप करने की कोशिश हर बार करते रहे, मतलब महीने में 20 से 30 दिन होता है तो 20 दिन सुबह शाम दोपहर जब माने तब आ जाता था। तब मेरे को परेशान करता, गंदे गंदे इशारा, गंदे गंदे बातें बोलता था, मेरे साथ सो जाओ नहीं तो मेरी दुकान खाली कर दो। हाँ, हर बार जब भी दारू पीते, दारू ना पिए तब भी बार आता था दुकान में। हाँ।
अच्छा, तो आपने इसकी सबसे पहली कंप्लेंट कब की थी?
मैं इसकी मतलब मेरे को डराते थे, जान से मारने की धमकी देते थे, मेरे पति को भी जान से मारने की धमकी देते थे, इसलिए मैंने कंप्लेंट सीधे एसपी ऑफिस में जाके की, रामपुर थाने में नहीं गई थी।
अच्छा, तो एसपी ऑफिस में जो आपने कंप्लेंट की है उसमें आपने इस चीज का जिक्र किया है कि जो आरोपी अशोक सिंह है उसने आपके साथ रेप किया?
हाँ, वो मेरे को थोड़ा डराता था तो थोड़ा गुस्से में कर दिए थे ये। बाकी मेरे साथ तो रेप नहीं किया, बाकी कोशिश बहुत बार किया, बहुत बार टच भी किया है, छूने की कोशिश भी किया है, गंदे गंदे बहुत गाली देता है, बहुत इशारा करता है। हाँ, बच्चों के सामने भी करता है।
अच्छा,
देखिए, इसमें जो पीड़िता है उसके कथन लिए गए थे और उसके आधार पे मामले में जो है धारा 74, 75, 79, 296A, 351(3) भारतीय न्याय संहिता के अंतर्गत अपराध पंजीबद्ध किया गया था और उसे अनुसंधान में लिया गया और प्रकरण में जो है आरोपी अशोक सिंह को जो है गिरफ्तार करके न्यायिक हिरासत में भेजा गया था।
तो ये धाराएं हैं बीएनएस की, इन धाराओं में कितनी मैक्सिमम सजा होती है?
देखिए, वो तो सजा के हिसाब से यदि देखा जाए तो न्यायालय का अपना अधिकार क्षेत्र है, वो उसके हिसाब से वो डिसाइड करते हैं। हम इस बात को लेकर के जो कंटेंट होते हैं उससे संबंधित धाराएं लगाते हैं।
पीड़िता ने हमसे ऑन रिकॉर्ड कहा है कि उसने पहले एसपी को आवेदन दिया था, शिकायत की थी, उसकी सुनवाई नहीं हो रही थी। फिर जब वीडियो वायरल हुए अशोक सिंह के, जिस तरह से वो अभद्रता कर रहा है और धमका रहा है, उसके बाद केस दर्ज किया गया। तो क्या कहीं पर, चूंकि वो बीजेपी से जुड़ा हुआ है, उसकी पत्नी पार्षद है, तो कोई दबाव था क्या पुलिस पर, राजनीतिक दबाव?
जी नहीं, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है।
And this is not the only case against Ashok Singh. What you see on your screen is a police record that reveals a long list of criminal cases already registered in his name. Despite multiple cases, the confidence remains. The question now, how many warnings does the system need before action becomes unavoidable? The wife of the accused, BJP councillor Rekha Singh, offers an apology for her husband's behavior caught on camera.
में जिस तरह की भाषा का उन्होंने उपयोग किया,
सर, इसके लिए तो मैं माफी चाहती हूँ। ड्रिंक किए थे।
But even as she apologizes, Rekha Singh backs her husband, rejecting any demand for a CBI inquiry and insisting that he should be released. Rekha Singh calls the case a political conspiracy, despite the accused being caught on camera and despite multiple criminal cases already registered against him.
कांग्रेस वाले उस पे दबाव डाले हैं, बस यही।
और आपको लग रहा है कि ये राजनीतिक शिकार?
नहीं, बिल्कुल इसमें राजनीति है जी। कोई विरोधी है अपना, कोई है विरोधी जो उससे करवा रहा है, क्योंकि वो बाहर की रहने वाली, वो बाहरी है, कलकत्ते की है, उसकी इतनी हिम्मत नहीं है, न उसके पास इतना खाने पीने का। बस हम लोग सिर्फ एक रख लिए कि एक गरीब औरत है, लेकिन वो किसी के कहने पर, किसी के भड़काने पर आ गई है।
मतलब आप ये मान के चलती कि आपके जो पति अशोक सिंह वो निर्दोष हैं?
जी बिल्कुल निर्दोष हैं, गरीबों के मसीहा हैं, भाजपा के वो अच्छे जाने माने हैं पार्षद, लेकिन अब कोई झूठा आरोप लगा रहा है तो वो क्या कर सकते हैं बताइए।
This is not an isolated incident. This is a growing pattern. A growing sense of unruliness and entitlement linked to those in power. A lavish wedding celebration of a BJP MLA's son, where an estimated 7 million was allegedly spent on a 10-minute fireworks display.
शादी करना कोई गुनाह है क्या? शादी करी है, अच्छे से शादी करी है, बारात लड़की वालों के वहाँ गई, लड़की वालों ने अच्छे से स्वागत करा, सब कुछ अच्छे से हुआ, तो फिर क्या दिक्कत है?
मैं ये बताया यार, 70 लाख की सिर्फ आतिशबाजी हो गई, एक रसीद है क्या? रसीद नहीं है, लेकिन जो
लिखा हुआ है, अब आंकड़ा 70 करोड़ का लगा तो उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है? वो लड़की वालों की कार्यक्रम था, बारात लड़की वालों के वहाँ गई थी, वो भी मीडिया समूह से ही है, डिजियाना से, आप उनसे बात करो।
एक तरफ बात होती प्रदूषण की, AQI लेवल की, दूसरी तरफ 70 लाख की आतिशबाजी हो जाए।
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, बारात लेके हम गए थे, हम तो वहाँ क्या क्या हुआ ये उनसे पूछो।
I want to ask the Bharatiya Janata Party, the BJP, which is in power in New Delhi and in the state of Madhya Pradesh, whether they have forgotten the promises that they made to the people when they were elected. Look at these visuals tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is the image some BJP leaders are trying to send of their new ideology. I have nothing against lavish weddings, but when you spend 7 million rupees on 5 to 10 minutes of a firecracker display, when a BJP MLA says, yes, I spent 70 lakh rupees on firecrackers, and the BJP MLA from Indore, his name is Golu, has spent 70 lakh rupees on firecrackers on his son's wedding. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not what the BJP promised when they came to power, that their leaders would have so much money and display so much money, and I'm only mentioning one wedding.
And Satna is not the only flashpoint. Another controversy is now fueling the debate, this time from Indore. An apology on one hand, denial on the other. As questions mount, the focus now shifts back to the investigation and whether justice will remain blind to power and position.
Moving on, 13 years after a college campus in Kerala became the site of a fatal political clash. A trial that stretched across more than a decade has ended without a single conviction. Nobody killed Vishal. A sessions court in Mavilakkara has acquitted all 20 accused in the murder of the ABVP activist in Chenganur. A case built on dozens of witnesses, hundreds of documents and years of courtroom hearings, but ultimately undone by hostile testimonies and gaps in the prosecution's evidence. Our report traces the attack, the long legal battle that followed, and the verdict that has now closed one of Kerala's longest-running campus violence cases.
Nearly 13 years after the murder of ABVP activist Vishal Kumar, the Mavilakkara Additional Sessions Court found all the 19 accused not guilty of the charges against them. The court found that the prosecution failed to produce enough evidence to prove the charges against accused.
13 years after a college campus in Chenganur turned into a crime scene, a Kerala court has acquitted all 20 accused in the killing of an ABVP activist. The verdict delivered by the Mavilakkara Additional Sessions Court closes one of Kerala's longest-running campus violence trials. The prosecution says that Vishal went to attend a welcome program for undergraduate students at an aided college. Investigators allege that a group of campus front activists reached the venue and carried out a pre-planned attack. Vishal was stabbed during the assault. 2 of his companions were seriously injured. Several others were also attacked. Vishal succumbed to his injuries the following day while undergoing treatment. The prosecution says more than 25 witnesses were not affiliated within any political party, while 7 witnesses who were members of SFI and KSU turned hostile during the trial.
It is an unfortunate verdict from the side of court. From the side of prosecution, we will submit almost 55 witnesses, including injured witnesses, and also submitted 220 documents, and also we are submitted 20 articles, 20 materials. But unfortunately, that evidence are not considered the court. So we will prepare an appeal against this verdict before the Honorable High Court of Kerala. We will produce before the court all witnesses, not consider their caste or their which party they worked. We will produce before the court in liberal witness, and also that is an incident occurred before a college gate. There were so many students there. We are not consider their political background.
Hostile witnesses became a central factor in the collapse of the prosecution's case.
See, the expectation of the people and the evidence before the court are something different. It is true, as stated by you, that people from some walk of life had expected that normally in a case like this, or normally in a sensational case, it may end up in a conviction. But unlike all other cases, this is a case in which defense had a teamwork, as stated by me. We 3 or 4 lawyers together framed a case, and that our specific case, this is a totally fabricated case and a crooked up case, and the real incident was suppressed by the prosecution. What really transpired there at the place of incident was suppressed by the prosecution, and instead a concocted version was submitted before the court, and our humble endeavor before the court to convince the court that this is a fabricated case, and I can only say that we have succeeded in that.
The court accepted the defense version and acquitted all 20 accused. For the family, the acquittal ends the trial, but not the loss.
Along with my brother, 3 or 4 of his friends were also injured along with that brutal attack. And my biggest surprise is that the court didn't even consider their statement as well, because at the end, they were the eyewitnesses. They were also injured along with my brother. And at the end, when these all culprits were let to go free, so the question arises that then how did my brother die then? What about all the other evidences and his last words, everything saying that before he was dead or before he went unconscious in Kotte Medical College, he just disclosed who did that to him. So what about that statement and everything? All gone like a line in the water. So these are all the things which surprises me, and like I said in the beginning, respecting our judicial system, but still my doubts and my worries are like that. But anyway, having a discussion with my family and my family members, we are strongly going to the High Court of Kerala and appealing against this verdict, because at the end we can't accept because it is crystal clear that my brother was murdered by these people, and their activities which were against the national security of India, and that resulted in the banning of them back in a couple of years ago. So considering these all, we are going forward for an appeal to the Honorable High Court in Kerala.
ABVP has announced that it will challenge the acquittal before the Kerala High Court.
We are not accepting these verdicts because in the starting of the case, Police was very slow down on the case, and SFI and KSU unit Karyakartas, they will be present in that place. They changed their wordings after first time. They are changed to supporting the accused persons in that in the court. So that ABVP did not accept in this verdict. ABVP will go to the High Court and be going through the proceedings of higher judicial activities. The two governments, Ummanchandi Sarkar and Pinarayi Vijayan Sarkar, they are protecting the STPA and Campus Front goons because they need vote from Muslim radicals, so that they are supporting to STPA and Campus Front organizations, so that they are supporting to the Islamic terrorist organization. In this case, they are doing that type of malpractices.
This is the story of a brutal murder inside a college campus. Story of a 13-year trial and a verdict that cleared all the accused.